Good day, viewers. Welcome to your favorite program, Portgist and Event on TV. Portgist and Event on TV is your weekly program where we give you news in the maritime industry, aviation sector, as well as the land border. On today's highlight of Portgist and Event on TV, theft of containerized goods on the increase in Lagos seaports. Highlight of Nigerian Association of Road Transport Operators Owners annual general meeting held in Ibadan recently. Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agent (ANACA) commences electioneering campaign. Federal government has the legitimacy and prerogative to waive custom duty payment on goods. This was said by Dr. Boniface and Ebona. And CFAS update. My name is Afine Tokade Collins. Stay tuned.
Oh yes, this is Stars Maritime Academy, our foremost private maritime institute running courses in marine engineering, marine electrical, nautical science, as well as shipping management. Our auxiliary courses are workshop technology for 3 months, mandatory course for 1 to 2 months, ship familiarization for 3 months, as well as sea training for 3 months. At Stars Maritime Academy, we groom future professionals in maritime operations with our mechanical workshop, electrical electronics workshop, welding and fabrication workshop, updated library, computer room, sick bay, conference hall, chat room, spacious parade ground, as well as serene environment on over 7 acres of land. Admission is on now into Voyage 1, Voyage 2 and 3, as well as Voyage 4. For further inquiries, contact the registrar, Stars Maritime Academy, along Ayobo Ota Road, Itilogun State. Telephone 005-621-2451, 006-150-9740, or 01730-0463, or 01-891-3549. You can visit our website on www.starsmaritime.com or email us on info@starsmaritime.com. Stars Maritime Academy, a rising star in maritime professionalism.
Ananka on the march again. Ananka on the march again. Looking for a good leader. A performer and dynamic leader. It's our man, it's our man. Hey! Foresight, accomplishment, resolve, integrity, noble ideas, trustworthiness, and an obligation to serve. That is our man, Kayode Collins Fanito K-Far. It is time to re-elect a performer and a dynamic leader. Re-elect K-Far as chairman, Tinker Island Post chapter of Analka. Let's do it again. Fanito, it's our man, Fanito, it's our man.
Are you a licensed customs agent or a freight forwarder? You better listen to this information. Before you take delivery of any of your consignments in the seaports, it is advisable that you insist on having the photocopy of driver's license of any transport owner that is going to load your container from the seaport. This becomes imperative in view of the fact that theft of containerized goods is on the increase. It has been reported that many containers that have been exited by licensed customs agent and freight forwarder from the seaport are diverted and not taken to the consignee's warehouse, and this has created a lot of problems for licensed customs agent and freight forwarder. Many freight forwarders are actually in the various police cells in the Lagos and its environment as a result of this diversion of goods. A vivid example is a recent diversion of a containerized good which belonged to Madaola Nigeria Limited. Madaola Nigeria Limited took delivery of a consignment recently and handed it over to his transporter, and this container was actually meant to be delivered in Abuja, the federal capital. Unfortunately, this container has been diverted to an unknown place and up to now cannot be located. The registration of the truck is XK147 Ekpe. Container that is loaded on the truck is ZCSU 8403424, as it is written on your screen. The container is said to contain aluminium and copper PVC cable. In view of this, we want to plead with any good Samaritan that comes in contact with this particular truck XK147 Ekpe to please report to the nearest police station. The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, otherwise known as NATO, recently held their annual general meeting in the city of Ibadan. the president of NATO, Alhaji Kazim Ibrahim Batayi, while welcoming the deputy governor of the state, Chief Alake Adeyemo, said that NATO has come a long way and has succeeded in assisting the federal government in achieving its desired policy of ensuring that we have safety on our roads.
Your Excellency, we as an association will appeal for greater involvement of NATO in the major policy formulation of government in the transport sector in Oyo State. NATO is presently faced with a lot of operational difficulties, especially in the area of poor state of our Nigeria roads, insecurity on our highways, delayed payment of our bills and claims, and non-availability of petroleum products for our tankers and trailers. Despite government effort and determination to address some of these issues, coupled with the knowledge that the role of NATO as an association is an important agent in the realization of lofty objectives, we believe we would like to make the following prayer. 1. NATO, in collaboration with our government, to convey strong appeal to the federal government as represented by Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, for the development and utilization of Akinyele Banking Park in Oyo State. This will in a long way reduce indiscriminate parking of trailers and tankers at the Oyo State exit. 2. Also in collaboration, appeal to the federal government and Federal Ministry of Works for the completion of Ilorin-Ibadan Express Road and the award of the remaining portion of the road beyond.
Speaking during the occasion is the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Chief Alake Adeyemo, who said that over 100 vehicles has actually been purchased by the state government to ensure that road transportation problem is ameliorated in Oyo State.
Of companies is a multi-purpose consortium that specializes in container handling, import and export duties, underwater engineering services, as well as other engineering services with subsidiaries: Comet Shipping Agencies Nigeria Limited, Nigeria American Line Limited, Texas Plancheria Company Limited, Danalek Limited, Best Trade Nigeria Limited, as well as 5-Star Logistics Limited, a special purpose vehicle terminal operator of the roll-on roll-off terminal at the Tinkan Island Port in Lagos, Nigeria, with over 19 hectares land area terminal, 6,000 square meter warehouse facility, computerized billing system, efficient and dynamic staff, high-tech stevedoring services, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, adequate gating system, and recently commissioning of a new gate, round-the-clock on-duty security patrol, provision of a special center for examination of all vehicles by Nigerian customs and the consignees, all to facilitate cargo clearance with less stress, faster time, and adequate security. No wonder over 50% of vehicles coming into Nigeria prefer to come in through 5-Star Logistics, Ro-Ro Container Terminal, Tinkan Island Port, Lagos, Nigeria. 5-Star Logistics, we're not just better, we are the best.
Government also has the responsibility of ensuring that a level playing ground is provided to transport sector stakeholders. As part of efforts at ensuring availability of a good network of goods, we have also started the process of saturating our routes with vehicles that will make commuting an easy effort for our people. Already, government has placed orders for 138 buses from Korea, which will soon arrive. We have recently purchased 100 buses, which will soon distribute to different stakeholders. Several other efforts are being made towards ensuring that our people continue with less stress. Government has also begun the process of making sure that our garages have modern recommendable toilets. Where this goes, we have started the construction of modern parks that are equipped with all the conveniences needed for pilot in the Jimmy Park. We are doing this so as to give our transporters a sense of belonging and give them dignity in their work. No dignity is greater than the pleasure of the workplace. This administration has rehabilitated a total number of 205 routes and constructed 5 dual carriageways into major towns in the state. This is so to ease transportation bottlenecks in our state. We are poised to do more for the stakeholders in the transport sector. All we demand from you is cooperation with government in its efforts at ensuring a peaceful and equitable atmosphere conducive to investment and good living. Once again, let me congratulate you all on the occasion of your 14th year. I enjoy you at this meeting to provide a formula that will make us sustain the peace that has pleased the Almighty God to give us in our lives.
The national president of Nigerian Road Transport Owners, NATO, said that it becomes imperative for the federal government to repair all dilapidated roads that is leading to our seaports.
Road linking the entire northern part of Nigeria and the seaport. That's why it is a very important exit to NATO. Yes. We only have 2 exits linking the entire country with our seaport. Benin, Ajebandele, Opuso, Shagam, Lagos as 1 exit. The second one is Oyo, Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Lagos exit. These are the only 2 exits that link the entire country with Lagos, and they are very important road transportation. We are doing now. Transportation business in those days is not the same with transportation business nowadays. If you look at the way transporters are operating their own businesses, there was so many differences. You can see now, like now, the major oil marketers have introduced a training system whereby they train all the petroleum tanker drivers. And it also went further by introducing a driver's training school, the first model, the first of its kind, and is established by Total here in Ibadan.
Taking a step at reviving the railway system in Nigeria. Not true, is that allegation?
That's a fantastic policy, because NATO welcomed the policy of rehabilitating Nigerian railways, because with the effectiveness of Nigerian railway, transportation business will improve, because railway has the capacity to carry large consignments, large cargoes, and they have limitations. The limitation they have is that they can only stand in the railway station, but they need our local transportation to deliver the goods to where it is needed. So once the railway is effective, they increase our volume. So it's a welcome development.
Thank you. Thank you so far to do.
The Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, otherwise known as ANACA, commences electioneering campaign in Western Zone. Speaking recently during one of the flag-off of an aspirant in Tinkan Fine Tokadi Collin, who is seeking re-election as the chairman of Tinkan Port, was the secretary of the board, Prince Tayo Yeni.
Here to convey the address of the chairman of the board on behalf of himself and the vice chairman that the election is purely the responsibilities of the Board of Trustees. And I'm saying this without hiding any fact, that all the contestants will be treated equally. There's not going to be a problem between any contestant and the Board of Trustees and the National Executive Council, except there is act of thuggery, act of violence, and any other act inimical to the progress of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents. But the great thing now is that look at the record of Kayode Pariton. Look at the criteria and background of other contestants and make a very good choice. The government bless all of you. I equally thank all our leaders for finding time to be here. Think Island Port is an hotbed. All the great leaders of this association, 75% of them, all our past presidents are Tinker products.
Oh yes, this is Stars Maritime Academy, our foremost private maritime institute running courses in marine engineering, marine electrical, nautical science, as well as shipping management. Our auxiliary courses are workshop technology for 3 months, mandatory course for 1 to 2 months, ship familiarization for 3 months, as well as sea training for 3 months. At Stars Maritime Academy, we groom future professionals in maritime operations with our mechanical workshop, electronics workshop, welding and fabrication workshop, updated library, computer room, sick bay, conference hall, chat room, spacious parade ground, as well as serene environment on over 7 acres of land. Admission is on now into Voyage 1, Voyage 2 and 3, as well as Voyage 4. For further inquiries, contact the registrar, Stars Maritime Academy, along Ayobo Ota Road, Itilogun State. Telephone 005-621-2451, 006-150-9740, or 01730-0463, or 01891-3549. You can visit our website on www.starsmaritime.com or email us on info@starsmaritime.com. Stars Maritime Academy, a rising star in maritime professionalism.
From Portgist and event on TV, we want to advise that all contestants should be civilized and matured in the way they conduct themselves during this electionary period. And an ACA election has been devoid of violence. Hence, we also advise that all aspirants should eschew violence. Dr. Boniface Anibam, the founder of National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, said that the federal government has the legitimacy and prerogative to waive custom duty on goods that are coming to Nigeria. He said duty waiver normally is an assistance for some of the companies that are coming to establish in the country, and that it is the prerogative of the federal government to approve duty waiver.
It's an incentive to boost the economy, and it's the prerogative of the government to do so. I think what people should be talking about is abuse inherent in such occurrences. I think that should be what people should be talking about, not whether waiver should be given or not. Nigeria, South Korea started together as far as shipping business is concerned. North Korea today is one of the biggest nation that is involved in shipyards and shipbuilding. Then if you talk about that waiver, you begin to see the incentive the government must have given to that very company, those involved in shipbuilding in North Korea or South Korea, so to say, to do things. Well, the waiver is very important. It's to galvanize the economy, But sometimes, if you ask me, who are those that actually benefit from that waiver? Who is actually supposed to get waiver? I would want to believe that waiver should be more of the informal sector to allow them to come up. But when you keep giving waiver to those who have established it themselves, then it may not be the best, But definitely waiver is something that's very important.
Also speaking recently in Lagos State is Mr. Pius Ojobuno, who said that trade facilitation has been jettisoned for revenue collection by Nigerian Customs Service, and that this is as a result of the pressure from federal government.
Encourages trade facilitation. There will be laws that will encourage trade facilitation. The Nigerian Customs are supposed to be playing 3 roles. 1, they play the role of a security agent. They play the role of a revenue generation agency, and they play the role of a trade facilitation agency. an average Nigerian customs officer is trained in these three auspicious areas, and they know it. The average Nigerian customs officer is a fine officer, roundly trained officer. But the system the Nigerian Customs Service run is such that what it has as its own ingredient in training tends not to agree with what they do in the process of implementation, because of the government's either wrong interpretation of what their legislation is, or kind of the government on its own tends to improvise things slightly outside what the law establishing Nigerian Customs Service is. Because the moment you come out every year and you give customs this number of targets, then the whole attention now shifts from security, from trade facilitation to revenue. And for as long as revenue is the hallmark of their activity, he cannot get customs to completely facilitate trade. The trade they are supposed to facilitate is genuine trade.
Ports and Cargo has commenced the new operations for customs examination. Ports and Cargo has been able to put in place examination of cargo between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. daily to meet the 48-hour delivery of cargo as stipulated by the federal government. So with this arrangement, if you're booked between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., your container will be positioned for examination by 12 noon. And if you book between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m., your container will be positioned for examination by 2 p.m. So we're calling on agents to use this opportunity to get their cargo released on time.
The world has indeed become a commercial global village. Nigeria, the West Coast and South Africa have become every shipper's destinations of delight. To meet this growing need, we present the CFAX Group of Companies, a maritime one-stop shop with subsidiaries on the West Coast, London and Texas, USA. With our well-trained and courteous staff, high-tech cranes, stevedoring services, haulage trucks with mileage across Nigeria and abroad, and our utility bonded terminals, we are indeed Nigeria's leading cargo handlers. CFAX Group of Companies, our team work with innovation.
On CFAX Update today, the Executive Chairman of the Nigerian Licensed Customs Agent, Fine Tokari Collins, who is seeking for re-election into the office of Chairman of Tinkerland, has commended CFAX Group of Companies, particularly Port and Cargo, in view of the fact that Port and Cargo has actually purchased new handling equipment such as RTG, rubber tire gantry, about 10, which each cost about 1,200,000 euro. Speaking recently during his flag-off campaign in Tinkerland, referring to Collins, said that before now, Port and Cargo was actually operating with obsolete equipment until recently when the management purchased new equipment, which has assisted greatly in cargo delivery.
Obsolete equipment that were inherited from Nigerian Port Authority. I want to say precisely Port and Cargo. It got to a stage that my character was maligned. I was accused of collecting money from Port and Cargo. But I insisted that Port and Cargo is the only indigenous terminal operator in Tinkerland. Hence, they should be given cooperation. I want to thank the management of Port and Cargo. There is now story today. 5 RTG were commissioned 27 September 2012. Each RTG cost 1.2 million euro. The last batch of RTG were actually battered yesterday, which will be commissioned anytime from now. Meaning that Port and Cargo now has 10 RTG. What is RTG? RTG is rubber tire gantry. The only terminal that has this in Tinkerland is TICT. So RTG, we have 10 RTG in TICT, we have 10 RTG in Port and Cargo.
Ananka on the march again. Ananka on the march again. Looking for a good leader. A performer and dynamic leader. Parinto, it's our man. Parinto, it's our man. Hey! Foresight, accomplishment, resolve, integrity, noble ideas, trustworthiness, and an obligation to serve. That is our man. Kayode Collins Farinto K4. It is time to re-elect a performer and a dynamic leader. Re-elect K4 as chairman, Tinker Island Post chapter of Analka. Let's do it again. Farinto, it's our man. Farinto, it's our man.
This is how far we can go on today's episode of Portgist and Event on TV. Until next week, when we'll give you fresh gist. Stay blessed.